Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. The final day of the MotoGP Sepang Shakedown Test saw Fabio Quartararo emerge as the fastest rider, solidifying Yamaha's strong preseason form. Meanwhile, Aleix Espargaró surprised with a top 3 finish on Honda's new RC213V, signaling positive signs for the Japanese manufacturer. Ducati is hard at work fine-tuning the new GP25 before the season officially begins, with test rider Michele Pirro leading the charge at the Sepang Shakedown. As the Italian manufacturer refines the latest iteration of the Desmosedici, all eyes are on how the bike will perform once factory riders Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Márquez, and Fabio Di Giannantonio take over testing duties. Yamaha has entered a new era in MotoGP with Paolo Pavizio taking over as team manager, following Lynn Jarvis' long tenure. With a clear goal of returning to the top, Pavizio is aware of the challenges ahead and remains cautious about expectations for the 2025 season. While Yamaha has taken steps forward, including its new partnership with Pramac, the road to victory will be a gradual one. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. The third and final day of testing at Sepang began with Jack Miller, now riding for Pramac Yamaha, setting the early benchmark with a 1 minute and 58.103 seconds. However, as the session progressed, Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo continued to improve, eventually breaking the 1:57 barrier in the closing hour to claim the fastest time of the day. With Yamaha, Honda, Aprilia, KTM, and Ducati all in the mix, the MotoGP grid is looking more competitive than ever heading into 2025. Thanks to MotoGP's concession system, factory riders from Yamaha and Honda were permitted to take part in the shakedown. Yamaha and Honda made the most of the extra track time, while Ducati, KTM, and Aprilia focused on development with their test riders. A key highlight of the test was Yamaha's ongoing development of its new V4 engine, which aims to close the performance gap to Ducati. Although still in its early stages, the project remains a priority for the Japanese factory. Meanwhile, Honda officially unveiled its revamped RC213V, featuring a new aerodynamic package and a design overhaul following Repsol's departure as the title sponsor. With Aleix Espargaró placing third, early signs suggest progress for Honda after years of struggle. Some riders focused on long runs, including Ai Ogura on Aprilia, while others chased outright lap times. With rain threatening the final minutes of the session, teams pushed until the very end to complete their testing programs. With the shakedown now complete, attention turns to the official preseason test from February 5th to 7th at Sepang, where the full MotoGP grid will hit the track for the first time in 2025. Fabio Quartararo's dominant pace, Yamaha's strong showing, and Aleix Espargaró's impressive Honda debut set the stage for an exciting MotoGP preseason. All eyes are now on the upcoming official test, where teams will get a clearer picture of their competitiveness before the season opener. Ducati's preparations for the 2025 season are well underway, and Michele Pirro has been putting in the laps at Sepang to ensure that the GP25 is as competitive as possible before it reaches the hands of Bagnaia, Márquez, and Di Giannantonio. Speaking to Gpone.com, Pirro reflected on the demanding nature of his role, joking about his heavy workload in Malaysia. The Italian test rider emphasized the challenge of improving an already dominant bike, acknowledging that refining the Desmosedici is no easy task. Ducati has introduced several new technical features aimed at maintaining its edge over the competition. I open and close the track. It's not easy, because we start from a very good base, but we try. You've seen the new fairing, and there are other details too. We hope to make a small step forward for the factory riders. We have some cards to play. Quote from Pirro. Ducati's technical director, Gigi D'Oligna, had already hinted at major developments on the GP25 during the team's presentation in Madonna di Campiglio. The bike features a new engine, revised aerodynamics, a different frame, an updated swing arm, and an improved lowering device, all aimed at maximizing performance. Pirro, however, suggested that there may be even more under the surface, playfully teasing what's to come. And this is just what we see. There is something positive, then we will hear what Pecco, Marc, and even Fabio will say in the coming days. With Bagnaia and Márquez set to begin testing soon, Ducati will get crucial feedback from its star riders, which could determine the final configuration of the GP25 before the season opener. The Sepang Shakedown has also provided an opportunity for young Spanish talent Fermín Aldeguer to make his MotoGP debut. The Murcian rider has been adjusting to the demands of the Premier class, and Pirro has been keeping an eye on his progress. The important thing is that he has understood that MotoGP is tough. I told him, imagine if you were 20 years older, like me. It's nice to be able to compare yourself to a generation that is very different from yours. It's good because it goes step by step, without going overboard. Ducati team director Davide Tardazzi also praised Aldeguer's approach, noting his ability to absorb information and apply it quickly. Fermín is doing very well and, from what we have seen, he absorbs, he learns. He is not presumptuous. You can see it in the data and in how he approaches the corners after hearing the suggestions. He immediately tries to put them into practice. Quote from Tardazzi. While Ducati focuses on optimizing the GP25, the Sepang test also provides an early glimpse of the competition's progress. Pirro acknowledged that KTM has shown strong pace at the Malaysian circuit, largely due to the experience of Dani Pedrosa. At Sepang, the KTMs were also fast last year, also because Dani is very fast on this track, while Pole is always difficult to interpret because he seems to struggle with the bike in every corner. Added from Pirro. With preseason testing set to continue, Ducati will be keeping a close watch on its rivals while making final adjustments to the GP25 before the factory riders take center stage. As Ducati fine-tunes the GP25 ahead of the 2025 season, the focus remains on ensuring that the bike is as competitive as ever. With Michele Pirro putting in the groundwork and factory riders set to provide their input soon, Ducati is aiming to maintain its dominance in MotoGP. The next step? Seeing what Bagnaia, Márquez, and Di Giannantonio have to say when they hit the track. Paolo Pavizio, a veteran of over 20 years with Yamaha, has now stepped into one of the most high-profile roles in MotoGP, succeeding Lin Jarvis as team manager. While acknowledging the weight of this responsibility, Pavizio embraces the challenge with determination and a long-term vision for Yamaha's future. In an exclusive interview with Gpone.com, Pavizio shared his thoughts on the transition and the expectations placed upon him. Despite the pressure, Pavizio sees himself as a bridge between Japan and Europe, working to integrate the best ideas from both sides to push Yamaha forward. His focus is on gradual progress rather than immediate results, ensuring that the team builds a strong foundation for sustained success. I'm already used to being called Lin Jarvis, even my wife does. We are in a continuous process of learning and adaptation. We are not looking to do something revolutionary overnight, but to lay the foundation for a stronger comeback. Quote from Pavizio. Yamaha has faced significant challenges in recent seasons, struggling to match the performance of Ducati and KTM. However, Pavizio remains optimistic about the progress made during the winter and sees Yamaha's new partnership with Pramac as a crucial step in their development. One of Yamaha's key objectives is to win again, but Pavizio has emphasized a realistic approach to their timeline. The goal is to win again, but it wouldn't be logical to say that we're ready to win in the third race. Acknowledging the gap to the leading teams, he stressed that Yamaha's focus is on steady improvements rather than quick fixes. The team is working to enhance its competitiveness through better integration of European and Japanese engineering expertise, as well as gathering more data to accelerate development. Looking ahead, Yamaha is already planning for the upcoming regulatory changes in 2027. Pavizio confirmed that the factory is not waiting for the new rules to make progress and is already developing a new bike that could debut as a wildcard entry. If the project is mature enough, we will use it for a wildcard. Alongside its technical developments, Yamaha is also counting on its riders, Fabio Quartararo and Alex Rins, to lead the charge back to the podium. Pavizio praised both for their qualities, emphasizing their determination and professionalism. On Quartararo, Pavizio highlighted the Frenchman's attitude and humility, noting that despite being a former world champion, he remains grounded and eager to improve. As for Rins, Pavizio pointed to his resilience, particularly in overcoming injuries and setbacks. The Spaniard's work ethic and focus make him a key asset for Yamaha's rebuilding phase. What impresses me most about Fabio is his attitude. Despite being a champion, he keeps his feet on the ground and is always willing to learn. Alex is a true example of resilience. He has been through many challenges, but he always stays focused and with a great attitude, concluded. With Quartararo's talent and Rins' determination, Yamaha hopes that this pairing will help them regain their position among the top teams in MotoGP. As Yamaha embarks on a new chapter under Paolo Pavizio's leadership, the focus is on rebuilding and long-term success. While immediate victories may be out of reach, the team is laying the groundwork for a competitive return in the coming seasons. With a new approach, fresh ideas, and a determined rider lineup, Yamaha's journey back to the top is already underway. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today. This is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.